episode of A Place Further Than the Universe. I'm really just looking forward to unraveling more of the several plot lines that we have going on all at the same time. So having started with Kimari right from the start and explored her motivations for going to Antarctica, and also last episode dealing with her more than slightly controlling best friend Megumi, we've still got the slow boil mystery of Takako, Shirase's mum, Hinata's mysterious running shoes, and we still haven't really gotten that deep into Yuzuki's mind space in terms of how her celebrity life has impacted her view of friends and also her self-esteem. I am finding it quite masterful the way the show has been weaving in all of those different aspects together, on top of giving us quirky little facts about Antarctica and also giving us these really precious, funny character revealing moments. It's not easy to do that kind of layered storytelling with compelling characters, and let alone do it well and pace at just the right speed. So count me very, very impressed so far. Alright, I'm sure I'll have more to rave about after this episode, but if you guys are ready, let's go in 3, 2, 1, play. Actually, immigration officers in Australia are pretty nice, at least from my experience. Should I say? I can't wait to see when Shirase finally meets penguins in real life. I think she's gonna just break. So it kind of seems like only Yuzuki has really travelled a lot. Ooh, I hate durians. I'm sorry if you love them, but I can't do them. Singapore. The Singapore airport is amazing. It is a pretty humid city. I haven't been there for a while. Okay, so Yuzuki is the parent. Oh, that's right. She is the world's worst bed sharer. I love that we get to sightsee as well. This is kind of our little trip as well. Ooh, no. I'm sorry, anything with urine in it, I just don't touch it. Yeah, that's me. It's just so strong. It's like one of those you love it or hate it fruits. Those eyes. Oh, Yuzuki. Yuzuki the interrogator. That's what you get for losing. Just a sack of potatoes. So we've got Yuzuki the murderer and Yuzuki the interrogator. It's like she's pushing too hard to be accommodating and considerate. Okay, you girls have to work something out. Just talk to each other. Oh, so something happened at school. They're just spilling out each other's struggles. Yeah, I want to know what happened to Hinata that she's pushing herself so hard to not get in the way of other people's dreams. but doing it so much that it makes Shirase feel super guilty as well, because that's not what she wants. So she puts on a smile, but inside she's just dying. She does want to go with them, just doesn't want to get in the way. Oh, it's her million yen. This is so cute. She is. Yeah, that's what she really wants. Oh god. It's very emotional. I think she's finally gotten through to her. But to her, it's so worth it. Like, that really is her number one priority. It's for all four of them to be together. Is Shirase it? Oh no. Yuzuki is like... Ooh. This is like punishment for causing all this trouble. These two. That's what I ask all the time. Apparently, if you hold your nose and you eat it, it's fine. But okay, that was a really sweet episode. So this episode focused on some deep relationship building between Shirase and Hinata, and I'm going to attempt to unpack what happened, and I'd love to know what you guys think. Again, I'm just so surprised at how adept this show is at exploring some really complex human emotions in such a short amount of time. Essentially, Hinata misplaces her passport, or so she thinks, and the group tries various ways to replace it or to change their tickets so that they can get to Australia in time, but nothing works. And that's when things got super interesting, because Hinata's instinctive response was to almost like downplay her own deep disappointment at possibly not getting to go with the girls to Antarctica, to the point where it annoys Shirase. She is almost being too considerate, excessively considerate, as if she can't trust the group to rally around her, and as if it would just be the worst thing ever if her friends did something nice for her. And that's quite ironic, because Hinata is always the one that's smiling and being positive and just generally being a good friend, but it turns out that she has a really hard time receiving the same treatment from others. That scene in the hotel room where Hinata and Shirase are sitting quite awkwardly on opposite ends of the bed was so meaty emotionally, with both of them sharing the things that they really struggle with. So for Shirase, it's her need to have everything go according to plan and allowing absolutely nothing to get in her way. And it's true that she would be absolutely devastated if, for whatever reason, their trip was delayed or, God forbid, cancelled because of a relatively small thing like Hinata losing her passport. But she's also coming to realize that she really values these friends that she's found, and maybe even more so than that goal that's driven her for the past 3 years. Whereas for Hinata, her difficulty is that she's extremely uncomfortable when people prioritize her, which is really sad. Obviously, something happened to her at her high school where that same situation played out and it ended up really badly. Either that, or maybe she is just really bad at accepting help from other people, because we know that she's incredibly ambitious and independent, and when people do things for her, she probably can't tell if they feel sorry for her, which is, for someone like that, their worst nightmare. And so when you put those two characters together, that's when the sparks fly and the tension created was so real. They're both trying to apologize to each other. They don't accept the other's way of handling this, and they're both trying to be the bigger person while also at the same time trying to balance their own needs and struggles and feelings. It was just like a crazily well done piece of writing. In certain Asian cultures, there's this thing where there's an expectation to downplay our wants and needs and always put others' needs first, even though it would really disappoint us or it would be an inconvenience. Sometimes it gets a bit annoying because the other Asian person is also doing the same thing and we know that the other person is doing it, and it can just like be quite a bit of back and forthing. I think what's happening here with Hinata, though, is a lot deeper than that, and the episode handled it with such nuance. All in all, that episode was a masterclass in using something so small as losing a passport to really dig deep into understanding what makes our characters tick, as well as strengthening our belief in the strength of their relationships with each other, despite having only known each other for, maybe a month or two. One last thing I'd like to add, I loved that they added the final twist at the end where it was Shirase who had actually forgotten to give Hinata back a passport. I thought that was just like the cherry on top of a really, really fantastic episode. Okay, so I super enjoyed this episode and I hope you did as well, and I'll see you back here again for episode 7 soon.